Hello, how are you? Thank you and welcome back. Um, there has been some things that I've noticed for the past maybe 3 years of how the millennials or people and the people in the alphabet mafia seem to be wanting to erase the entire history and culture of activities that have been going on before they were even thought about. For example, Michael Jackson, which has been dead for years. Why are they going in retrograde to make him pay for something that obviously the parents were wanting? There is no doubt in my mind about Michael Jackson. He is not a pedophile. He did not touch them children. I strongly and firmly believe that. And if he was, why would the parents continue to allow their children to be around this grown man? Like, seriously? Parents, what part did you play in that? Because you thought that you would get a group going to exploit him of his money, to tarnish his image, to bring him down because you were trying to figure out a way to plot and to get his money and his wealth away from him despite of the lies. That's just one example. Example 2, you have R.Kelly. This man has become older, and a lot of people make mistakes. Some people are smart enough to learn from their mistakes. People didn't even know who R.Kelly was because they weren't even born yet. Yet they have an opinion on his behavior and his choice of women. Now, before R.Kelly, there was a culture of younger women, older men. It has always been that way. Not condoning pedophilia, but younger women were desired and still will be. That will probably never change. Women start on their cycles, they reproduce, they have young eggs, they mature faster, and they are desirable. I mean, it's not sad, but it's truth and it's facts that most likely a man will choose a younger woman over an older woman. That's just nature. So I don't understand what is not normal about that or what's so strange about that. It's like you're changing or trying to attempt to change the desire between a man and a woman. And, that culture has been going on even before R.Kelly. So if you want to attack, and R.Kelly, if he was such a bad person, why did he even marry Aaliyah? Yeah, she was 14, but your grandmother's grandmother, they have been, they've gotten married at that age. So are you going to hate your grandfather because he married your grandmother at 14, 15, 16, tender, childbearing ages? At least he married R.Kelly. See, common sense that most of people nowadays seem to be missing. He married her, which means he loved her and most likely was going to take care of her. So he married her. I don't understand what is so criminal about that. But I digress. But that culture has been before him. So if you want to attack him, you need to go to Elvis Presley. You need to go to a lot more. I'm not really focused on the other people. I just happen to notice that everything is pointing toward him to criminalize him, which I'm sure that he has paid for that. I'm not going to say it's a mistake, but I'm sure he paid for it because of other people judging him, making him out to be a monster that he isn't. How about people stop going retrograde, making people pay for things they did back then? Another example, Bill Cosby. Now, this woman, why would you go to a man's place, a hotel room, 3 or 4 in the morning? Don't you know, if you have common sense, what hours those are? First of all, she had no business going to his hotel because she already knew what time it was. Then no underwear? You wanted sex. So how is that rape when you are clearly consenting? He didn't go to her place. He didn't force himself onto her. How is it rape when you are volunteering to go to a man's place? You know where he is at 3 in the morning. Really? Okay. So, how about millennials? People of the alphabet community. How about you focus on current events now and tackling that? Border wall, the border control for the border wall. Men that are in prison falsely because of trumped up evidence that put them in prison for 20 and 30 years, and they're still in prison when they're really innocent, but had to take pleas because everything pointed not to them, but only because the system was too lazy or too trifling and too proud to say, hey, I made a mistake. This man is innocent. Let's let him out. Why don't you tackle those issues? There's so much more going on in the world than the culture that came before you. You will never try to criminalize a man and a woman's relationship. That's what it seems like is happening. You're making the woman and man relationship abnormal while you're trying to snuff that out and make the same-sex relationships beautiful and fantastic, when that is absolutely preposterous and incorrect. When are people going to stand up against that community? I know you're saying, like, why do you care? Why do you care? Yes, I care. Why does it matter? It matters a great deal. It affects me, my children, and it'll affect you and your children and your grandchildren's children. Why would you want someone who has a predisposed mental issue, who is confused about themselves? Why would you trust them with your care, with your health care? They're already confused. So why would you trust them, nurses, doctors, and finding a solution for you when they don't have a solution for themselves in their heads? I'm just saying, just something to think about. But thank you for listening, and welcome back. Like, rate, and subscribe. Peace, and I'm out.